Okay, as we know, the course name is Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM Applications Training. Or simply you can call it as Oracle Fusion SCM Training. In this Oracle Fusion SCM training, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about applications. Which applications? Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications we are going to learn. After completing this training, if you want to apply for the job, you can apply for the titles called as Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM Consultant. Or you can apply with the title. See, these all are same. You can find the titles with the different names. Say functional consultant. Or you may find the title as Oracle Fusion SCM Consultant. Or Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM Consultant. I think the same name we pick here. Here you may ignore Fusion also. Sometimes this title also will match with this course. Okay. So Oracle Fusion SCM, Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM Consultant, and Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM Functional Consultant, Oracle Fusion SCM Consultant, Oracle Cloud SCM Consultant, or here and there, or anywhere, wherever you see consultant, you can include the term called as functional. The course what we are going to discuss, it's a purely functional course. Functional course. Apart from functional, you can have a technical course and you can have a like DBA courses also when you talk about Oracle Fusion applications. The functional course means no coding. Okay, you don't need to write any coding. You don't need any knowledge how to write the programming and all. How Oracle is providing these applications, as these we have to learn. We have to learn how to use the applications. You know how to use Facebook. You know how to use WhatsApp. And you know how to use Instagram. The same way, however those applications are available, we have to learn this Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications. So how those are available, we have to know and we have to learn, and then we can use those applications. In the same way, the functional courses doesn't require any coding and programming knowledge. You are not going to create anything within the Fusion applications. You are going to use these applications. First, we have to learn how to use what are the different applications are available as a part of Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications. Those we are going to learn, and those we will use when we are going to work on any project. We'll discuss all those points. What are the different type of projects we can involve and what would be our role in each and every project. One is functional. Functional means no programming, no coding skill is required. When you talk about technical, you should be good enough with the coding. And here we have to develop the things which are not available in the application which Oracle is providing, which are required by companies. And when we talk about DBA, DBA stands for a database administrator, or you can call as apps DBA, means applications DBA, or you can name it as Fusion DBA also, Fusion Apps DBA. You can call with any name. Simply you can call as DBA, or else you can call as apps DBA. App stands for applications. So here we have applications. Applications short name is apps. Apps DBA means applications DBA, or you can call as Fusion Apps DBA. What is the role of Fusion Apps DBAs? They always take care of the installation of Fusion applications and they look after the maintenance, and there are many other activities what DBAs need to perform. So out of this functional, technical, and Fusion Apps DBA, we are going to learn functional course. Okay, the functional course, the course name is this. Now we'll focus on, okay, what is the meaning of Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications. First, we have to understand the meaning of this course name. Then we can discuss further so that we can discuss everything more detailed level. You can understand very easily. So when you look at the course name, we are going to talk about Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications. This is a course we are going to learn. That is a pure functional course. You don't need to write any coding and no programming. You don't need to create something. What we have in this course as a part of different applications that we have to learn, and we should know how to use those as per the business requirement. So the first term is here, I'm just separating those words. Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications. From Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM training, we are going to learn Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications. The first term is Oracle. What does it mean by Oracle? So Oracle is nothing but database name. Okay, Oracle is nothing but database name. In other words, you can say Oracle is company name. Oracle is company name. What does it mean by Oracle? If you say Oracle is company name, yes, that is the right answer. If you say Oracle means it's a database name, yes, that is also true. Okay, you can define Oracle as database name or company name. There is meaning for this Oracle also. Okay, that we no need to get into, but just for information. O stands for awk, R stands for rich, A stands for arithmetic, C stands for computing, L stands for logical, E stands for engine. Okay. Okay. So that is a meaning of, okay, Oracle. Awk, okay. Okay, relational, arithmetic, computing, logical, engine. That is a meaning of Oracle. That defines the meaning of database, purpose of the database. Okay, so that defines the meaning of Oracle database. Okay, so O stands for Oak, or you can say Oak Ridge also. Okay, that is also the definition they are giving. Oak Ridge, relational, okay, arithmetic, computing, logical engine. That is the meaning of it. So that is stands for Oracle. But now here simple term you can take. Oracle means database, Oracle means company name. So Oracle is database. What is the use of database? When you talk about database, you can store the data by using the database. Okay, so what is the purpose of the database? By using the database, you can store the data in the database. How you can store the data in the database? Within the database, you can find the tables. You can find the tables in the database. Within the table, you can store the data in the database. If you want to store the data in the database, we can store the data in the database by using the language called as SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Structured Query Language. Every database knows one language called as SQL. Anyone can interact with the database in SQL language. The people who are working in IT, everybody knows language called as English. If you know English, you can talk to any IT person. Okay, any IT person, you can speak in English. Everybody knows language called as English who are into IT. In the same way, every database knows one language called as SQL. If you know SQL, you can interact with the database. You can talk to the database. Please store this information so-and-so table. Please display the data which is available in the so-and-so table. This is how you can interact with the database. Now we have a database, we have a tables. Say for example, we have one table called as suppliers table in the database. You want to store the suppliers data in the supplier table. By using the SQL language, you can write the syntax, or you can call as a statement. By using the SQL statement or syntax, you can store the data in the supplier table, supplier data. You want to see all the suppliers data which is available in the supplier table, you can write SQL statement and you can view the data. But this sort of operations are very much challenging. All the time, to store the data in the database, writing SQL statements, based on the data what you want to store in the specific table, you have to write very lengthy syntaxes, and many times you commit with the mistakes. And if you want to see the data, you have to write the statements. And to do all these activities, we need person who are expert in SQL language. Okay, SQL language, structure query language, or simply you can call it SQL language. The person who knows SQL language, that person only can store the data in the database. The person only can work on the database. It's a very challenging and it's very complex. And again, it is time taking, and there will be many issues when we are dealing with the database, when you are writing SQL queries, and it is very expensive for companies also. For that reason, what Oracle did is, instead of storing the data in the database by using the SQL language, Oracle developed pages. Oracle developed pages. Say this page is supplier page. Now in the database, you can have a supplier table. Okay, this supplier page, you can connect to the supplier table. Now you have a page and you have a table. Now what we can do is, in the supplier page, you can enter supplier details. Okay, Oracle provides that pages. Okay, supplier page, they provide the data. What is the supplier name? What is the supplier address? Okay, supplier is belongs to which country? All the other supplier related details you can enter in this table, in this page, and you can save it automatically. The data what you are entering in this page, that will be stored in this table. Now you don't need SQL language. Without SQL language, with the help of these pages, you are able to store the data into database. Now you just compare with the previous option and the current option. The previous option, you have to write the SQL statements to store the data in the tables. Now, no SQL language, simply you can enter the data in this page and you can store the data. The data will go and sit in the respective table, to which table the page is connected. Here, anyone can enter the data in this supplier page, who can read English, okay, what field name and all, who can understand by reading that column names, they can enter the data in this page. They can load that, they can store the data in the database. In previous scenario, you should know SQL language, otherwise there is no other option. You have to write the SQL syntax to store the data in the database. So this is how Oracle simplified storing the data in the database with the pages. Okay, so here we are taking a simple example. This is the one page which is related to supplier. In the same way, what are the other details you want to store in the database? Accordingly, you can have a separate pages. So this page for suppliers, you may have other page for to create the purchase orders. Okay, you want to purchase something from the suppliers. So what you want to purchase, you can have one page. Within the page, you can provide the details from which supplier you want to purchase, which item you want to purchase, how much quantity you want to purchase, what is the price. You can provide those details. To where supplier has to send that items, you can provide when supplier has to send the items. Those all you can capture within this purchase order page. And within the database, you can have a tables for purchase order also. Okay, within the table, within the database, you can have separate table for purchase orders. And you can connect this purchase order page with the purchase order table. Now anyone can enter the data in this purchase order page. Like you want to purchase from which supplier, what is the supplier address, what item you want to purchase, how much quantity, what is the price, where supplier has to ship that items. All the details you can enter into this page, and this page is connected with the database table. So you can save the data, it will go and store in the respective table. Okay, so this is how. Okay, this is how you can have a pages and you can store the data in the database with the help of these pages. If you want to see the data which is stored in this table, you can have a report. Okay, you can have a report. By using the report, you can view the data. Say you want to view all the purchase orders or all the suppliers you want to see. Suppliers report. Okay, so whatever the data is available in these tables, you want to view complete data that you can see with the help of report. If you want to see the supplier data, by using the supplier report, you can view the data. Where you have a supplier's data in this supplier's table. So the report can be connected to supplier related table, and with the help of the table, you can view the data. So this is how you can use the database concept. You have a database. In the database, you can store the data by using the pages, and whatever the data you are storing in the database tables, if you want to view the data, you can use the report concept. By using the report concept, you can view the data. In the same way, you want to see all the purchase orders information which you stored in this table. Yes, you can have one more report called as purchase orders report. You can view this data from the report. So this is how storing the data and viewing the data within the database which is available, the solution is simplified. If these pages and reports are not available, everything you have to manage with SQL language only. With the SQL language, you have to store the data and you can retrieve the data to view the data. With these pages and reports, the solution is simplified. Now we have a database, okay, and to store the data in the database, you can use the pages instead of writing SQL queries or SQL statement or SQL syntax. And whatever the data you are storing in the database tables, if you want to view, you have to use the report. To view the suppliers data, you can use the supplier report. To view the purchase orders data, which is available in this table, you can use the purchase orders report. That's how you can store and you can view the data. And in between, you can modify the data, whatever the data you want to modify. Okay, that is also possible. The collection of database and these pages and reports we call as application. Okay, this is the meaning of application. You take Facebook application or Facebook website. There are pages which we are accessing, okay, to post any data or to post some text, anything. We have certain pages in the Facebook. The data will go and store in the Facebook database. And to view the reports, we don't have access, but the Facebook team will have access. Today, how many posts are processed in specific time, in specific country or in specific city, or how many new users are joined. Different analysis they have to do. Further, they use the reports. And you take example of WhatsApp. In WhatsApp also, to add the contacts or to keep the status, we have a different pages, screens they are providing, and they can have a reports. They can run the reports to understand. So how that, like the Facebook application, the new users or new posts or the behavior of the users, what exactly they are doing to analyze, they use the reports. Take any application. There will be, if you call something as application, there will be certain pages where you can enter some data or where you can set something, and the data will go and store in the database. And if you want to see any data which is there in the database, you can run the reports. The collection of or the combination of database, pages, reports only we call as application. Okay, that only we call as application. Who developed this application? Who created this application? That name you can include as a prefix of the application. Say this application is developed by Oracle. You can call as Oracle application. Okay, the application is developed by Oracle, you can call this as Oracle application. If this application is developed by SAP, SAP application you can call. If this application is developed by IBM, this you can call as IBM application. If this application is developed by Facebook, okay, you can call it as Facebook application. That's all. Which company developed that application, that name you can include as a prefix. So say this application is developed by Oracle, you can call it as Oracle application. What does it mean by Oracle application? The application which is developed by Oracle, that we call as Oracle application. Application means database, pages, and reports. That is the meaning of the application. Again, that applications, whatever Oracle is developing, they are developing each application for specific department. Now, by looking at suppliers and purchase orders, you tell me, so which applications may require suppliers data and purchase orders data? Purchasing department. Okay, so purchasing department need to maintain suppliers information and they have to create the purchase orders. If these application can be used by purchasing department, that application you can call as Oracle purchasing application. If the applications can be used by sales department, that application you can call as Oracle sales application. If that application can be used by warehouse department, that application you can call as Oracle inventory application. So this is how, which department is going to use that application, with the department name you can include as an application name. Okay, so that is the meaning of application. Okay, here we are trying to understand what is the meaning of application. Any questions to understand these points, please? Right, no questions. So we discussed about what is the meaning of Oracle. Oracle is nothing but database, or you can call as company name. So what is the use of database? With the database, you can store the data. If you want to store the data in the database directly, you should know the language called as SQL. If you know the SQL language, then only you can store the data in the database. Storing the data and retrieving the data and updating the data with SQL language, it's a big challenge for any company or any business users. So that is the reason Oracle developed pages to simplify that process. You can enter the data, whatever you want to store in the database, and you can save it. The data will go and stored in the database. That's how they give in the pages. With the pages, you can enter the data and you can save in the database. Whatever the data you have in the database, if you want to see, you can use the concept called as reports. Okay, by using the reports, you can view the data. That is the meaning of Oracle discuss, and that is the meaning of application. Okay, Oracle means database, application means the combination of database, pages, and the reports. Now we'll see what is the meaning of SCM. Okay, what is the meaning of SCM? Okay, here let's take application. Application means the collection of database, pages, or you can call as forms also. Totally depends how you are going to manage. Pages and reports. That is the meaning of application. And when you talk about SCM, okay, SCM stands for supply chain management. Okay, supply chain management. SCM stands for supply chain management. What does it mean by supply chain management? When you talk about supply chain management, say you are doing the business. You are doing the business. You are into some sales. You are into some sales. Say you are into like mobile sales. You are selling the mobiles. When we are selling the mobiles, you will get the demand from the customers. Customer will place the order. Customer will place the order, and based on that order, you have to supply the mobiles. You have to sell the mobiles. So you got order from the customer for 100 mobiles. That 100 mobiles, Who can get the order from the customer? Sales department. The sales department. Sales department can get order from the customers. Say sales department received order from the customer for 100 mobiles. When the sales department get the order from the customers, they will check whether 100 mobiles are available or not with warehouse department. Warehouse department. What is the responsibility of warehouse department? They maintain the stock. Okay, whatever they are selling to the customers, the stock they maintain within the warehouse department only. Warehouse department should take care of the stock maintenance. Sales department is receiving the order from the customers, and when they get the order from the customer, the sales department should check with the warehouse department whether the stock is available or not. If stock is available, okay, if stock is available, they can promise to the customer as they are going to supply. If stock is not available, what warehouse department has to do is they have to contact the purchasing department. Okay, purchasing department. So they'll inform. Say sales department received order for 100 mobiles, and when they verified with warehouse department, the 100 mobiles are not available in the warehouse department. The warehouse we don't have. Now warehouse department will contact purchasing department saying we need 100 mobiles in 1 week time. Can we purchase 100 mobiles to supply to our customers? If purchasing department says okay, then the purchasing department will take the initiative of purchasing 100 mobiles. So purchasing department will purchase, and that will be received by warehouse department, and those 100 mobiles can be sold by sales department. Again, whenever they receive the order from other customer, they will check with the warehouse department. If stock is available, they'll supply to the customer. If stock is not available, they take the help from the purchasing department, they'll supply. Or else you may manufacture those items. Sometimes you receive the order from the customer, the stock may not be available in the warehouse. Okay, the stock may not be available in the warehouse. You may have manufacturing unit. So if you are not going to purchase from the supplier with the help of purchasing department, you may get the items into warehouse from the manufacturing unit. Okay, that is a different process, that let it be. Try to understand these three departments process. Sales department can receive the orders from the customers, and if stock is available within the warehouse, they can supply to the customer. If stock is not available, with the help of purchasing department, they can purchase and they can sell to the customers. They purchase and they'll get that stock into warehouse, and sales department will sell to the customers. This process we call as supply chain management. Okay, ideally the purchasing is not a main department. So sales department and warehouse department are primary departments which are involved in the supply chain management. Okay, so sales department can supply the material to the customers. Okay, if they are going to supply, the warehouse department should support to supply the same material to customers. And if at all any stock is required, okay, so they'll take the help from the purchasing department. Primarily, you can say in the supply chain management, the key departments or core departments are sales department and warehouse department. These are very primary. Along with that, you can count purchasing also one of the department which will support this supply chain management process. Okay, supply chain. So getting order, supplying to the customers with the help of warehouse department. And if stock is not available, purchasing department will purchase, warehouse department will inform to sales department as now stock is available. Then sales department will involve in the sales activity. Okay, so you have to count these three departments as a supply chain management related departments. Okay, SCM stands for supply chain management. Supply chain management, you will manage your supply process as a chain activity. Okay, this department, all department will keep in touch to execute this shipping the material to the customer locations. Okay, Sales department will receive the orders from the customers. Warehouse department will maintain the stock. That stock they'll ship to the customers. If stock is not available, purchasing department will help these two departments to get the stock. Means purchasing department will purchase and they'll get the material into warehouse. The warehouse department will keep in touch with the sales department as stock is available or not available. So that's how these three departments can work together to execute the sales process. Okay, based on the demand, we are going to supply. If there is any demand from the customer, the sales department will supply the material to the customer. For that, if stock is available in the warehouse, okay, or else they'll purchase and they'll get into warehouse, then they'll ship to the customers. So this is the meaning of SCM, okay, supply chain management. So any questions here, please? We'll talk about applications detailer. Okay, what applications we are going to use, those we'll talk about. So detail level. Any questions on this point, please? Yeah, directly you can unmute, you can raise your question.
Okay. So the question is, somewhere I have heard, I'm not sure, that in SCM, the purchasing module is separately dealt. It's not part of SCM. Is it correct understanding or what?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But when we are going to work on SCM, supply chain management process, definitely this we should aware. Okay, we should aware how this purchasing department works. When it comes to applications, so for this we have an application from Oracle. For this department we have an application. For this we have a separate application. When we are going to apply for a job called as, okay, or as a Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM consultant, when you apply for the job, definitely they'll expect you to know the purchasing department or purchasing application functionality also. Okay, if you say, I know, okay, for sales department and warehouse department, what are the applications Oracle is providing? If you know only these two applications, if you say, I'm a SCM consultant, so if you don't know purchasing department, how that can be managed within our application environment, they don't take that profile as a valid. Okay, yes, that statement is correct. When you say supply chain, primarily sales department and warehouse department. Okay, but the purchasing department is going to support warehouse department to procure when stock is not available. That is the reason you should count purchasing also as a part of SCM only. If stock is available, it will supply to customers. Yes, that is true. But
all right, clear.
If stock is not available, how we can get that material into warehouse? You should understand the purchasing department activities also. That is the reason you should count purchasing department also as a part of this supply chain. The core is these two only. Yes, that is true. But you should count purchasing also, because the purchasing department only is going to support. That is the reason they are going to do the sales activities. This is what we have to understand. Any questions here, please?
Yes, all clear. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Fine. Now, so for these three departments, which applications Oracle is providing? For sales department, Oracle is providing Oracle order management application. Okay, Oracle order management application. For warehouse department, Oracle is providing Oracle inventory application. For purchasing department, Oracle is providing Oracle purchasing application. Okay. For Oracle purchasing, short name is PO. PO. Okay. Oracle purchasing short name is PO. The reason is the purchasing department primary responsibility is creating the purchase orders. Okay. So say sales department received order for 100 mobiles. They verified with warehouse department. Within the warehouse department, mobile stock is 0. Now they need 100 laptops. The purchasing department will take the initiative to place the purchase order to supplier saying, we need 100 laptops, we need within 2 days. These are the specifications, or this is the brand we require. So primary responsibility of purchasing department is placing the orders to suppliers to buy the any stock, any item or any material. So since in Oracle purchasing application, primarily we are creating purchase orders. So we call it as a PO. PO means don't understand as a purchase order, as a activity purchase order, but when you talk about application, okay, application point of view, Oracle purchasing short name is PO. PO means which application? You can say Oracle purchasing. PO means which activity? Purchase order. Purchase order. Activity point of view, purchase order. Application point of view, purchasing application. So these are the three applications Oracle is providing for these three different departments. Okay. So these three departments are going to involve in the supply chain management process. Primarily these two you can count, but to support these two, purchasing also you have to count. Okay. When you say supply chain management, you have to count these three departments. For each department, Oracle is providing the separate application. So that is reason. So Oracle inventory, Oracle order management, Oracle purchasing. These are the primary applications which we are going to focus to learn from supply chain management application. These three applications you can take SCM applications, supply chain management applications. So to support these three applications, we have some sub applications also. Okay. So going forward, I'll add those also, but primarily now you have to understand Oracle inventory, Oracle order management, Oracle purchasing. These falls under SCM applications. Okay. Primarily these two, and count this purchasing also because it is going to support this process. So now you can say SCM means supply chain management, where these departments are involved, sales department, warehouse department, primarily to support that purchasing department. For each department, we have a separate application from Oracle. So these applications we call as SCM applications. Okay, SCM. SCM. SCM means supply chain management. Otherwise, let me copy here. So these are the applications. Here you can take Oracle inventory, Oracle order management, Oracle purchase. Okay. There are few sub applications also. Those also will include in our course. To understand the concept, you take this point. So SCM means Oracle inventory, Oracle order management, Oracle purchasing. This is the point you can take. In the same way, like SCM, we have many other courses. Okay, like SCM, there are many other courses. Let's take as a course. Later we'll convert into something else. Okay, we are going to learn Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM. Okay, simple term I am taking as a Oracle SCM only. Later we'll see. Once we discuss about what is the meaning of Fusion, what is the meaning of cloud, then we can include those terms also once you are aware of what does it mean. Till that time, let's call it as Oracle SCM. Okay, in SCM course, this is what we are going to learn. In the same way, we have a different courses like Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials, Oracle Fusion Cloud HCM, Oracle Fusion Cloud PPM, Oracle Fusion Cloud Procurement, Oracle Fusion Cloud CRM. This is we have a different courses. Now, what are the course we are talking about is that is a one course. Taking here, I'll take our course name also. Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM. So SCM means set of these applications. In SCM course, we have Oracle Inventory, Oracle Order Management, Oracle Purchasing application. In the same way, if you take example of Oracle Financials, here there are multiple departments. Here SCM, supply chain management, means we have these three departments. For three departments, we have three applications. Okay, so SCM means these are the three different applications are part of SCM applications or SCM course, you can say. The same way, if you take example of financials, okay, so application means for each department we use one application. That is the meaning of it. So as a part of financials, we have different departments like payables department, receivables department, assets department, cash department. And for reporting purpose, we have some common department. This is how you can have a departments which are involved to manage company financials data. Okay, finance related data. That means money related data. Payables department responsibility is they create invoice and they make the payment. Payment means finance, money. Receivables department is they involve in the sell, just collecting the payment from customer. Sales department, they can sell to the customer. Receivables department will collect the payment from customer. The payment they receive from the customer, that is finance, money. Assets, the buildings, lands, vehicles, furniture, whatever we have in our organization, all can be managed by assets department. So assets we can convert into cash. That is the reason the department is that is related to finance. And cash means bank accounts. Okay, the cash department is responsible to maintain the bank accounts. That means that is also finance. The common department, in all these departments, whatever the activities are doing, so those activities related data can be managed by this department. For each department, Oracle is providing the separate application. Like we have seen for these three departments, we have three applications from Oracle. Those applications only you can call as SCM applications. Okay, these three we call as SCM applications. Primarily these two you call as SCM applications. You include purchasing also. Yes, that supports that process. When you say SCM, you can include this purchasing also. The three applications we are calling as supply chain management, SCM applications. Simply you can say these are SCM applications. These are SCM applications. Okay, SCM stands for supply chain management. That's what we discussed. The same way we have Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials applications. Here, these are the five departments we have. For these departments, Oracle is providing the different applications like Oracle Accounts Payable. Short name is AP. For receivables department, Oracle is providing one application called as Oracle Accounts Receivable. Here. For assets department, Oracle is providing an application called as Oracle Fixed Assets. FA. For cash department, Oracle is providing an application called as Oracle Cash Management Application. It's a CM. For common department, Oracle is providing an application called as Oracle General Ledger Application. Application you can remove, Oracle General Ledger, GL. Okay. Now, these we are calling as SCM applications. These we are calling as financials applications. Okay, Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials means these are financials application. How you are classifying these as a financials application? These are supply chain management applications because the departments are involved in which business process. Accordingly, you can classify the applications. Okay, so these all departments are involved in the finance related activities. That is the reason these applications, these all we are calling as, for each department we have a separate application. By using all these applications, you can maintain company related financials data, money related transactions data you can maintain. That is the reason these applications we call as financials application. These are all applications deals with the financials, money related activities. In AP, I'm taking the short name. In AP, you can record the payments. Payment means money. In receivables, yeah, you can record the receipts, means customer payments, money. FA, fixed assets, land billings, there is a liquidity, you can convert into cash. Here, cash management, directly you can maintain the bank accounts here. In bank accounts, you can have a cash. These are all the application related data you can maintain, you can pull into this general ledger application. So in all these applications, what data we are going to maintain? Money related data. Money means finance. So these all applications we are going to use to maintain company money related transactions. That is the reason all applications we are grouping as a financials applications. Now these applications, okay, inventory, order management, or you can ignore purchasing if you don't want to count. Ideally, you can take into SCM. So these applications are helping for supply chain management process, getting orders from customers, keeping stock available, otherwise purchasing and keeping stock available, and selling to the customer, supplying the material to the customer, okay, based on the customer demand. Based on the demand, okay, so we are selling the material to the customers to manage that information, okay, maintaining the customer orders, maintaining the stock, okay, purchasing material or items or stock as per the demand what we have, okay. As per demand, we can just get purchase with the help of purchasing department. So these departments are involving in the process of supplying to the customers as per the demand. So these departments are involving in that process. That is the reason those we call as supply chain management applications. In the same way, if you take these Oracle Fusion Cloud HCM applications. HCM applications means this deals with the people. Okay. Within this, you can have HR department, okay, payroll department, okay, and talent department, options and talent department. Different departments you can see. These all departments deals with the people. HR department, they maintain the people's information who are working in the organization. Payroll department, they take care of the salary payments, okay. And talent, like which resource belongs to which skill, okay. And they recruit the people and they deploy the people in the organization. These all departments are going to involve in the activities related to employees. That is the reason which departments are dealing with the people related activities, those departments, whatever the applications we have, those we call as HCM applications. HCM stands for Human Capital Management. Okay, HCM stands for Human Capital Management Application. Human means people. Here we have to understand as a employees. Okay, so employees management. Okay, human capital management, employee management application. These departments deals with the people. So that is the reason the people related, okay, we are grouping the application, we are naming as a HCM application. HCM application means human capital management. Okay, so for HR, Oracle is providing Oracle, okay, human resource application. Okay, short name is HR. Okay, the same way Oracle is providing for payroll, Oracle payroll application. For this, Oracle is providing Oracle. There is other application also, absence. Okay, Oracle absence and talent are just Oracle talent. This is how we have a different application. For each department, Oracle is providing applications. The departments are applications, what purpose we are going to use for people management. So we are grouping which applications or which departments are dealing with the people. Those we are grouping. For the group of applications, we are giving one name. In the same way, if you take example of this course, in this course, what we can learn is, so when any company is doing the project, okay, there will be departments who will take care of the costing, Okay, how much cost we are incurring to construct the building or to construct the bridge or to construct the heavy infrastructure. Okay, there will be one department who will take care of the costing. There will be another department who will take care of the billing. If you are constructing the building or bridge for your client, there will be a separate department who will be collecting the payments. Okay, the same way there will be a separate department who will take care of the contracts. So this is okay, these are all departments. Okay, costing department, billing department, contract department, these all are departments working for projects. Okay, when we are doing the projects, to execute the project, for a specific project, how much cost you are spending, how much billing you are doing, what are the contracts we have with the customers related to the projects. So for this is how we have a different departments. These all departments are going to work for projects. Okay, projects here. PPM means project portfolio management. So for this costing application, Oracle have a Oracle costing, Oracle billing, Oracle contracts applications. These all departments are working for projects, project related departments. Oracle billing, Oracle contracts. These all departments are working for what? Projects. So this you can call as Oracle project costing, Oracle project billing, Oracle project contracts. Okay. So these are the different courses. Okay. So each course is related to specific business process. Okay. When you talk about PPM, this talks about different applications which we use when we deal with the projects. So when you talk about Oracle Fusion Cloud HCM course, it talks about how to deal with the people management related departments. We have a different applications. Those applications we have to understand. When you talk about these financials, okay, by using which applications we can manage the company finance related data, money related data. HCM, the applications which we can use to manage the people's related data. Okay, this for the purpose of to manage the projects related data. The same way, the applications what we are talking, supply chain SCM, to manage the supply chain process, getting orders from the customers, maintaining the stock, purchasing if stock is not available, to keep available to supply to the customer. So this is how. Okay, in the same way we have a procurement and CRM also. Here also the different departments which are very much relevant. So that's how we have courses. This each and everything you can call as product family.
Lakshman, I just have a question. This procurement is different from SCM. It is not, it is a separate course, procurement.
Now, procurement, in procurement, purchasing is one of the application. Yeah, procurement is different. There are different applications as a part of procurement.
Okay.
Procurement, you will have purchasing application. Okay, purchasing application and a supplier portal, procurement contracts, sourcing. This is how we have a different applications. Okay. So these what we are finding here, these all as a courses here as per our applications, these we call as product families. SCM is one of the product family. Financials is one of the product family. HCM is one of the product family. EPM is one of the product family. Okay, procurement is one of the product family. CRM is one of the product family. Okay, product families. Product family means collection of applications. Collection of application, which applications we have to collect, we have to combine, which applications are relevant to specific business process. Okay, finance. So these all applications are related to finance data maintenance. These all applications we can use to manage the finance data. That is the reason those we grouped under financials. So these all applications we use to manage the employees data. That is the reason those all we grouped under product family called as HCM. these are all applications. Not only this, there are a few other applications also. Okay, resource management, project management, etc. These are all applications we are grouping and we are calling as PPM applications that we can call as PPM product family. So that's how. So these titles, what we have, these are the course names. In other words, these are the product families. Which means product family means set of applications. Set of applications, which set of application? Not irrelevant, very relevant applications. Finance related set of applications we are calling as financial product family. Supply chain management related set of applications we are calling as SCM applications. So human capital management, okay, employees related set of applications we are calling as Hcm applications. Now here when you talk about, okay, our course, okay, so Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM applications. So we are going to learn applications. Which application? SCM application. SCM means supply chain management related. These applications like SCM, there are different product families. That means there are many different product families are available. We are going to learn one of the product family called as SCM. Okay, like SCM, we have financials, we have HCM, we have PPM, we have procurement, we have CRM. In each product family, we have set of applications. Set of applications means you cannot take any application into that product family, which are relevant in that specific business process. Which applications are helping to execute some set of business process, those applications only you can select into specific product family. Okay. Now we are going to learn one of the product family called as SCM, supply chain management. That is the meaning of SCM. Okay.
Lakshman,
Please.
I'm not able to digest this procurement as a separate application. Is it for every ERP?
Not
it is
application.
like
One second. Not separate application, separate product family. Procurement, there is.
Correct. Sorry. I use the wrong word. Yeah, product family. I mean, for is it for other SAP, Microsoft? All ERPs have this procurement part as separate family. It is not part of their SCM. It is like that everywhere.
Procurement you can do with just purchasing application. Okay, you can do the procurement with a purchasing application. With the purchase, you can procure, you can buy something. So here the procurement means advanced procurement. Okay, connecting with a supplier portal and placing the orders online. Nothing but procurement, self-service procurement. Okay, these are all applications they combined and they are giving as a separate offer, separate product family. I'll show you in the system also. Okay. Oracle is giving us a separate product family. Yep.
Okay. So it is for more of the advanced kind of, but normal purchasing and all that we can do in SCM.
Yes. Normal means just purchasing only. When I talk about procurement, the procurement you can have these applications. So procurement, we have Oracle purchasing. Oracle purchasing application basically part of procurement only, but as a part of SCM, we'll use that application that you can take as a part of SCM also. Here we have Oracle self-service procurement and Oracle supplier portal, Oracle procurement contracts, Oracle sourcing. So these set of applications we call as procurement. Okay. Yeah. So when you say supply chain management, yes, order management and inventory only, but without including the purchasing, it doesn't make complete sense. That is the reason. So even these two are primary, we include purchasing also as a part of SCM.
But I mean, during the practice or during learning, of course you will have to show us purchasing as you said to get the complete idea.
I'll include purchasing also as a part of SCM. Yeah, definitely. When you apply for jobs also, everybody will ask. If you say I know SCM, I completed training, or I have these many years of experience on SCM. If you say, definitely they'll ask, do you know purchasing or not? If you say, I don't know purchasing, they don't give any weightage to your profile.
Got it, got it. Now my question is, are you going to log into Oracle Fusion Cloud Procurement to show us purchasing?
Yes.
Or within SCM only you can show purchasing?
No. We have to connect to procurement. From procurement, we will learn purchase.
Okay.
Or else you can take procurement as a separate application. Instead of going to procurement, you can pick purchasing from procurement and you can join with this separately. You can create inventory, order management, purchasing. You can combine those, possible. See,
just show it when you will get into that, just
definitely. No, these all we will understand in further classes. Okay, now just we are discussing, right? The system.
Yeah.
Okay, say you are going to implement supply chain management. What solution you require? Which applications you want to use? Okay, so these two applications means you can select these two only. Purchasing also you can select these three.
Great. And one general query, just about curiosity about PPM. If suppose a company is not having project management as an function within their organization, okay, they want to set up a project management department. So if they call a PPM consultant, he will give them end-to-end knowledge and how to use it and how to, they don't have a project management or PMO, no department. They don't know how to do project management, PMO, everything. So functional consultant will have that end-to-end knowledge and help them to implement and use everything.
See, when they don't have PMO, that means they are not doing the projects. That is the meaning of it, right? If they are doing the projects, they should have that practice. Yeah.
Okay.
Say they don't have a PMO, project management office, as a part of their organization, but still they are doing the projects.
Yeah.
So the PPM consultant can help them. So this is how you can capture your cost by using the project costing. This is how you can do the billing. This is how you can create the contracts with your customers when you award the project from your clients. This and all PPM consultant can teach them. But remember one thing, when we are going to work as a consultant, say the PPM consultant is going to implement PPM application for one company. First thing is, PPM consultant will ask them, you tell me what cost you are incurring, how you are capturing, how you are doing the billing, how you are the contracts, how you are managing your contracts. Those are the first questions to that company team to collect the data, to understand how they are dealing with their projects. Based on that, okay, this is how you are capturing, this is what you want to capture, this is what you do the billing. This is how you can do by using our Fusion Cloud PPM applications. That's how the solution will be provided. Okay.
Now, yeah, on that line, on that point, what you said, suppose a company is doing something wrong. Suppose, if they are not selecting the project based on
one second.
Yeah.
Say, here we are not going to give any directions how to do their business. Okay. Here we are going to tell them how they can use this application for the current what they are doing. That's all. Okay.
Got it.
This is, I want to record the employee related expense. Okay. How to do in our system, they will ask. Then we will show, yes, by using this project costing, this is how you can capture the employee related expenditure. We'll show that. So they will ask what they are doing. Okay. What they are recording as per their current systems, how we can do in our application. When they ask, we will respond as a consultants. That's all. Okay. Right. Or else we can tell them, by using this application, this is what you can do. We can tell them, this is what you can do, this is how you can do. We can tell them. Rest of process we are not going to touch. That is related to organization.
Fine.
So this is what we have to understand. Okay, product families. These are the product families we call. Okay, so we discussed about what is the meaning of Oracle, what does it mean by application, and what is the meaning of SCM. SCM means supply chain management. This is the one of the product family from Oracle. So like SCM, there are many product families. Each product family we treat as a one course when it comes to learning. Okay, when we are going to implement for any company, if any company is going to use, they can select the specific product families. And again, the companies can select within the product family specific application. Say, for example, the company wants to implement, they want to use financials, means financials is one of the product family. In financials, they may use only these two applications, or else they may use only this one application, or they may use these 4 applications, or they may use these 3 applications. They can choose. Okay, they can choose. That option would be available when we do the implementation for any company by using these applications. We'll see all those, how to choose, okay, whatever they require. So any questions on these points, please?
Lakshman. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Lakshman, this I have one question here.
Yeah.
Like for example, this Oracle project PPM, we have this billing
application.
Yeah, billing application. Is it different than the invoicing, which is a part of your SCM sales order?
No.
Like, is it stage-wise billing based on the contract, or is I mean, does it affect? Ultimately, it affects the sales, right?
Yes. See here, what happens is you have your order management. Your order management, what they do the sales. The order management will inform to this receivables department.
Yeah.
Okay. The order management will pass the information to this receivables department.
For collection, yeah.
For so-and-so customer, so-and-so item, so-and-so quantity with this price we sold, please you follow up that customer and collect the payment. That means the order management will pass the information to receivables department. Based on that, receivables department will create sales invoice in their books.
Yes.
And they collect the payment and they will close that sales invoice. In the same way, if you have billing department, project billing, the project billing department will inform to your receivables department saying that we are doing one project for so-and-so customer. That customer has to pay $10,000. These are the details. Okay, please follow up the customer. Then based on that information, project related invoice will be created here. Okay, your sales department, order management department, you can inform to receivables department saying that, so this is the billing information collect from the customer, or else your project billing department can inform to your receivables department saying that, so we billed to so-and-so customer, these are the details, you follow up and collect the payment. Payment, okay, can be created in the receivables only. The billing might have done by your order management department or your project billing department. From here or here, billing information comes to receivables department. Receivables department will collect the payment against the billing, which is related to order management or project billing, and they'll create the receipt, they'll apply on the respective invoice. That's all.
The process is different. Like the first sales. Yeah, the sales invoice is coming from the sales order, and the project invoice is coming from the direct billing.
Project billing, yes.
Like contract billing or something like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. This is not required for us basically. So, since we discussed and clear. Any questions?
Lakshman, this Oracle Fusion Cloud Procurement will be covered with the SCM module, or like we will have to join it as a separate module?
Okay, see, primarily we'll focus on this. If you want to understand, if you want me to touch base, I can take you through that. These are not a big application, simple applications. Anyway,
actually you said without this procurement, there is no weightage of SCM. interviewer will reject
SCM
that.
is the primary procurement solution, very rarely used. Okay, because from procurement already purchasing we are covering as a part of SCM, and sourcing also I'll cover. I'll cover purchasing and sourcing. If you want to know these also, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. Strongly want to know. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'll include that. Not an issue. Those are not a big
Yeah.
application, simple applications. Anyway, we are learning SCM. So along with that, learning these things will become very simple, easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
No issues. Yep.
Okay, Lakshman.
But I'm not naming it as a SCM and procurement course name. Two courses I'm not combining.
That's fine.
I'll include these applications also. First, we'll focus on our SCM related applications and business process and all the scenarios. Once we are done with that, I'll take you through all those. Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Fine. Any other questions here, please? Okay. So today is the first session, just you take as an introduction session, and we started a bit late also today, right? So we are supposed to start at 2 o'clock. We started around 2:30. Now it's 3:30. For today, we can wind up. In tomorrow's session, we'll talk about the meaning of fusion and meaning of cloud. These we have to understand more detail level. Let's not be bit hurry to go through and see the instance, this and that. Don't worry about that. Thing will cover. I'll take you through each and everything, very scratch level, so that it would be easy for you to understand. Even if you are from EBS background, you may be technical consultant or DBA, or you may be EBS SCM consultant or other consultant, or else you may be very fresher to know these applications, or else you may be from other backgrounds. It could be any profile, you will be able to understand. I'll just drive you in that way. Okay. So
Lakshman, do we have any fast track sessions available? Like this one, it will take around 3 months, right? For the completion.
3 months.
Yeah. Do you have anything somewhere around 3 to 4 weeks session or something?
3 to 4, no, we don't have. If you want to complete and fast track, you may just take our previous batch videos. You can play in your free time, and you can complete very quickly. Simultaneously, if you want to attend these batch, you can attend, or else if you want to get this batch videos also you can get. Because see, we are going to cover the concepts which really we have to understand. Okay. See, after completing this course, so the target is you should be able to crack the interview. If you are planning to attend the interview, you should be able to crack, or else say already you are working on EBS or some other application. After completing this course, you should be able to work on this Fusion SCM applications.
Actually, we are going to migrate from Oracle JDE to Fusion, maybe in 3 months' time.
Okay.
So that time we'll
Which
be working
applications
with
you are going to upgrade from JDE?
Fusion.
No, which applications? Which is specific?
All. It is SCM, financials. You have what do you call?
Okay, got you. Okay, most of the
HR.
applications.
We were not using it HR before. We were, we have developed it internally on JDE platform only.
Okay.
But now we'll be moving to Oracle HR as well.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
That means HCM.
Yeah, SCM plus, and we the procurement plays a very vital part in our implementation, because ours is a project-based company.
Oh, okay.
So majorly we are in more concern. We're more involved in procurement side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
The contract billing and other thing also is a part of our.
Again, that is a PPM.
Yeah, PPM. Yes.
Okay. That means your company involves in executing the projects.
Yes.
Okay.
Although we are not using contract billing at the moment from JDE,
okay.
We are dealing it directly through the sales only. But yes, we in the future, going forward, we'll be using contract billing.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
So Lakshman, tomorrow the time will be 2:30.
Yeah, we'll start at 2:30. If
yes, please.
are okay with that, yes, we'll start at 2:30. I'll inform to my team also to schedule the meet at 2:30 from tomorrow. We'll do that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. We'll run from 2:30 to 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll run the session from 2:30 to 4 every day, from Monday to Friday. And we'll have a sessions around 100 hours. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll try to touch this 100 hours duration. Okay, we'll go everything detail level, so that definitely that much time is required. Otherwise, we can put the title as Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM training. We can finish the course in 50 hours also, but the coverage, the content, how much you are learning, that is very important. Okay.
Exactly.
Try to touch this 100 hours with the different concepts what we have in this. And also I'll just cover this basic finance applications also. Those all I'll discuss. What level of knowledge when we are going to work as Oracle Fusion Cloud SCM consultant, what level of knowledge we required, those all I'll cover in our course. Okay, since the course is SCM, it's not like covering SCM applications only, no. So we have to understand basics from finance also. I'll take you through that SCM and finance integrated process flows also.
Yeah. One more request. Actually, we all are, I mean, almost everyone has the office time in this
Right.
time. So like our next meeting, I mean, office meeting is scheduled after 4 or something. So I request maybe others also that we try to wind up at like 4 or maybe 2-5 minutes here and there, but not too much, so that we can
Yeah,
jump.
definitely. See, what I'll do is by sharp 4, I'll just inform that we're done for today. If any questions, you can stay back. That's how I'll just
Depends on the availability.
instruction.
Yeah.
So if
try
anyone wants to have some clarification on the same session, they'll stay back. The others can drop from the meeting.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea.
We'll plan like that. Right. So that's all for today. We'll connect tomorrow. We'll talk about the cloud and fusion. And there are many points which we have to understand. We'll discuss all those detail level. Slowly we can get into our application, and we'll see how we can deal with the application when we are going to learn this Fusion Cloud SCM applications.
Okay.
Any questions from
anyone,
please? Okay, we're done for today. Okay, no discussions. And if you have any questions related to this course, or if you need any clarification on anything, please. No questions. Please, any questions, please?
No questions from my side.
Yeah, great. So thank you all. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.